So basically, we'll go through any questions. If people have questions about sort of the workout, the warm-ups, what versions they're doing, and we'll probably also start making the teams today, basically just for fun as well. And we'll get different people doing different versions across the teams as well. But yeah, it's more just to like bring everyone together and see what other people are doing. So everyone's in their own place training-wise anyway. So yeah, we'll see how you all get on with the workout. I think it's actually a really good workout. So, oh, there we go. We've got Gemma coming in as well. So there we go. Hey, everyone.
Hi.
So going through, just getting a few people sort of joining up now. The last sort of few people going through. We can also go through the rules as well. Hey, Sylvan, you are, mate?
Good. Thank you.
Horrible workout for big people. Horrible workout for tall people. Yeah. So it will be interesting. I did it just a second ago, early this morning, so I can fill you in on it. But everyone's gonna have a different thing. So I don't know who's sort of watched the workout this morning or watched the video.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I did.
Yeah. So like for example, probably not great idea to watch some of the best people in the world doing it, especially Kari Pierce, because the fact is she's probably going to beat all the guys out there as well and make it look incredibly easy. She's about 5'2", insanely strong, and the world's shortest arms. So yeah, and on top of that, yeah, she's an absolute machine. So yeah, interesting workout. So who's sort of doing sort of scaled version, do you think? Is anyone doing sort of the scaled? Is anyone doing the foundations version, or is everyone going to give like a wall climb a go? Okay, so you got to do the foundations. You don't feel have you tried the wall climb standard?
I've done wall climbs.
So the scaled
I've done maybe one or two, but I couldn't do that many wall climbs. I couldn't progress that many wall climbs. It would be kind of a waste of time. Yeah, the reason why why I feel like I want to do the foundations on this one is because I've never done a CrossFit Open before. I'm probably pretty heavy compared to when I was like really in my training prime, and to be open and honest, I want to enjoy it as opposed to putting myself through something that then puts me off doing all the other workouts. Yeah, no, exactly. Like I can show you, like the scale one is interesting, the scaled wall climb, so you don't have to go to the wall. I don't know if you saw the standard or not. So I'm just going to show you the standard really quickly for the scaled one first. So I don't know if you can kind of see behind me, I've got some tape there, and I don't know if you've seen the video. So if you're doing the scaled version, where the tape needs to be, it needs to be just above your shoulders, okay, just like the other people, but that tape needs to be 2 inches thick, okay. And then what you would do, I think you've still got the lateral jumps. I'm just going to go through on my screen, but what you would do with the scaled one, if you can't see me, don't worry about this bit of tape at all. But if I was doing the scaled one, I'd lie down on the floor, and the tape would be just above my shoulders, and it'd be 2 inches thick. And then what you've got to do to start, I'll start in front of the tape, there, go up on the wall, walk behind the tape, and then back down. That would be a rep, coming to the floor with my hands in front of the tape. So that's the scaled version. Sort of trying to get to grips. It's bear crawls. I haven't quite looked at the bear crawl standard yet for the foundations.
Nick, sorry, is is that scaled like single unders as well? So if you can't do double unders, you have to do
single unders, the scaled version. So there's still equipment, but there's single unders for the scaled version.
So I would do single unders and that version of the wall walk.
Yeah, you have to do it. You can't do the other version, so you can't mix it. You've got to do the whole workout as they see. So the other one, if I go into sort of, let's see if I share my screen, if I can find it. We go through really quickly. There's so much out there. I'm just going to get here really quickly. So I'm going to share my screen quickly. You should hopefully see it. So I'm just in the Google thing. So you've got the open movement standards there. So hopefully you can see. Can everyone see that at home?
Yeah.
Yep. So I think this is the scaled version over there. So yeah, that's the movement standard. They're talking about the 2 inch line. That little picture over there is going to be, obviously, that's when the rep's completed. So you don't have to go all the way up the wall. So if you can do something like a pike push-up, that's what I would suggest, going through onto the scaled version, and then going through there. So who's having feelings still about doing the foundations? Because obviously I want you to do something that you're comfortable with. So I'll go back off the screen share now.
What's the deal with can you just decide what you're going to do at the time of each workout? Because that was my main concern.
So I think what would happen is you can start on scaled, and then if a workout comes up that's going to be too tough, you can drop down to foundations. It changes your leaderboard a little bit, but then obviously it would take you down. So I think if you think you're capable of doing single unders and a climb like that, then give it a go. Like everyone who's going to try and kind of attempt the main thing, there's a mystical thing on Wish. This is Hannah, and another one. I'm trying to go back onto the big display, off screen share. So small. Okay, I'm trying to figure this out now. Does anyone know how I get it back off the screen share?
I think you go up to the top, don't you?
Oh yeah, you need to share. Stop sharing. Pause share. If I pause share. Okay, you probably can't see it now.
Yes.
Yes, you can.
You can still see it. I've got, how do I get off share? I'll just go new share.
I think you got to stop sharing, mate. I think it's.
I've got resume share on pause. I can only see stop video.
I expect it's probably just pause the screen. Do you know what I mean? Like froze the screen rather than actually stops the sharing.
Oh yeah, I see it. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So essentially that's sort of the first scaled version. So I think everyone here has got the ability to go through it and just pace out the climbs as well. So I think most people, we've got people doing sort of scaled, or we've got people doing equipment free. Who's doing equipment free versions at home of the workout? Yeah. So Simon is. Have we got any other? We've got James doing it as well. Yeah. So we've got a few. Yeah. So yeah, equipment free as well. Pretty challenging workout. Only difference there, obviously Simon said in the guys chat today, that the one thing you have to watch out for is essentially, because he tried it, is when you do the jump, you've got to jump over the line. So it's a lateral jump that you jump over the line and you jump back, and that's one repetition. Okay, so if you think double unders are going to be quite tough, it might be a chance for you to sort of think about going through and actually doing the equipment free one, because you don't have to worry about double unders. But then if you think you've got wall climbs, then yeah, I'll do the equipment free version and see how you go. But I think how they do the scoring is they kind of put the scaled version as a little bit harder than in terms of how they rate it, the equipment free version, which is kind of weird. So if you've got room for a rope and you've got a rope, I would probably do the scaled option. However, I think the wall climbs is a great standard. So has anyone else got other questions about the workout, the standards, the warm-ups? No, not yet. Anyone? Any questions?
Maybe the only question I have is if the double unders are a bit difficult, would you go to scale?
Yeah, I would. Like after doing the workout today, the double unders are quite manageable, and dare I say, for me. But then at the same time, it only gets up in a high number if you're really good at the wall climbs. So if you like smashing out the wall climbs, then it's going to get really, really challenging. But for the first few reps, the double unders aren't crazy, so you'll be able to sort of chip through, let your shoulders recover. It's a workout that I think isn't going to fatigue you. It's going to feel quite nasty, but I don't think it's going to fatigue you too much for days on end, especially if you've done like a couple of the lockdown live ones. So it's probably one that I'd say if you wanted to. I don't like to condone it, but it's worth giving it another go if you want to give it a crack and kind of experiment with different options at the same time. But then, yeah, at the same time, you could do the scaled one with the jumps. However, I think it's a bit of a shame that the wall climbs are not really the wall climbs compared to the other one, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the only thing. However, I think it's a great scaled option for everyone to give an attempt if you're not too confident on wall climbs. The scaled version isn't too difficult, but it'll be really challenging in itself, which is what the workout's about.
Okay.
Cool. Anyone else like questions about the actual workout, how to attack it, what the movement standards are on the full version, although their videos are already clear. So I would suggest just going through the videos. I think trying to view it for your phone is quite tricky, trying to get the movement standards. So we did put a link on Facebook. I think Andy, one of our members, shared it. I've shared it. I just got it off the computer and put it on that one. If you use that link on your phone on Facebook, you'll be able to get the movement standards through it that way as well. So yeah, so good to have everyone on board. Have we got any other questions about how it's going to work in the open with the gym? With the teams.
So how about like recording it and sharing it, and how do we?
So tonight, there's going to be a Zoom. I just need to get an idea. Like, ideally, how CrossFit normally work is they'll take, unless you're sort of planning and getting to the next stage, which will probably only work with the equipment version for the next stage. They have done it so it's very open for people. However, you're probably not going to be asked to go to the next stage without that. And they're going to be looking for basically video proof if you're getting to the next stage, which is like kind of the top 10%. So if you think that, then I would say go for it that way. Good way to do it would be do it on Zoom as well tonight. If you're doing it for fun, you just want like a bit of a boost, decide which way you're going to do it. I'll be coaching the class along with Junior as well. So we'll also be keeping an eye on people's reps. So at the same time, as long as I sort of see that, that'll be great as well. Or if you do record it, you can send it to me, or you can post it on Facebook, or you can send it directly to me or Hannah or one of the coaches. And as long as we just get an idea that you're meeting the standards, that's fine. You don't have to have the official clock, everything set up, unless you're aiming at getting into the next stage, because then they might ask you for a video. All right. Any other questions?
Aiming not to die.
Oh yeah.
I think a few people might surprise themselves. So when they go through it, they might surprise themselves. So 10% is a bigger number. Like in the past, has been very, it's like regionals, it's really tough. Where 10% is quite a big number. You still got to be really fit to get to that 10%. But a few people who, maybe being, getting good scores, not getting to regionals, but getting good scores might surprise themselves for that next sort of stage. So I think if you are, then it's worth kind of recording if you think there's maybe a chance. I think it's a WOD-proof, good little app to download on your phone. That's really the best one because it's got the inbuilt timer on it. Yeah.
I was going to ask, Nick, you had saying about pacing. Have you got any advice?
I would try
for pacing it.
Everyone's going to have their own ability. So I'd say the round of maybe 1 and 3, you can go for it. But then thereafter is try and think of like a certain time that you have to do a movement without obviously burning out, and try and keep that time throughout the workout. So it might be doing a wall climb every 20 seconds or 30 seconds and try and kind of keep that time for the workout. So do one, rest. The double unders are by far kind of the nicer bit, although on the bigger sets, your shoulders might start burning. So really think about your wrists, mobilizing your wrists. With the wall climb, biggest tendency, and with the standard, it's really good. People tend, when they're tired and they climb in, they do tend to break a lot. So say if you're climbing up the wall, they tend to really kind of, I don't know how to explain, like they overextend their chest, where we want to think about staying hollow and really getting the head through when we walk up. If our head kind of sticks out the arms and we overextended, it's going to burn a lot more. So really think about getting the head through, locking the arms out. Few key points is get a good rhythm up and down the wall. So remember, you've got to have both feet, okay, both hands on the line, and then both feet have to go on the wall before you can start moving. Okay, then you've got to go all the way up. So these hands touch that line. I've got 2 lines on. If you can kind of see over there, I can take the computer out. So I do have like 2 lines, if you can see that. Whoop. Down. That's the first line. Second line, 2 lines there. So that one line there is obviously 10 inches away from the wall. Both feet have to be there, or both hands have to touch that line, any part of the hands. And then you can come down the wall. Both hands have to come back onto that white line before you can take your feet off the wall. And that's what tends to catch people out. So that's one thing I'll just sort of practice doing a little bit, maybe a couple of times, get that rhythm when you do the wall climbs as well. Yeah, I would normally rest on the ground, have my hands above me when I'm resting, not underneath me, because my shoulders are going to get tight. So I'd literally just lie on the floor, hands kind of stretched out, rested out. If you can get like a counter or a timer, that would be quite a good way to keep pace as well. And don't go out too hard in this workout.
Cool,
So
thanks.
you say one climb wall every 30 seconds or 20 seconds will be a good pace?
20 seconds pretty good. I think 20 seconds will get you to easily, like if you're okay double unders, honestly, you don't spend that much time double undering. It's going to get you probably through to the round of 15s, into the 15s at least. If you're doing every 20, then every 15 seconds will get you into 21s. Every 30 seconds will probably still get into the 15s on every 30 seconds. Do some maths. I've written out like a timer or like a big whiteboard, so that I was doing it on today with like the reps. I've got obviously the movements on the one side, so you know the scorecard that they had. You can obviously print it out. There's probably tie break times in there, and then I was just like putting total reps through there, so I knew, and then tie break times after the double unders. So obviously each time, that's one thing to remember. You could just watch on the video. So if you had WOD proof, you could just do that, go back, watch on the video is probably the easiest way to do it. And then how you'd write your score. So say if you got into the rounds of 9, you'd write your tie break time for the double unders, and then maybe I got 8 wall walks. So it's 110 reps up to 60 plus 8 wall walks. I'll do 118 plus whatever time it took me to complete the 60 double unders. So maybe I did those double unders in 12 minutes something, plus 8 wall climbs. So I'd have 118 reps plus 12 minutes something as a tiebreaker. Yeah, that's kind of how you'd write your score down as well. Yeah, does that answer it?
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Anything else? So what are we going for, people? Like people thinking still equipment free, they still don't know. Is there anyone that doesn't know what they're going to do, or?
I'm not so sure yet.
Pick and choose on each workout, I think.
Yeah, you can. It's like, obviously, if you go back down to one, that's kind of going to be dictate what you're doing in a way, I think. But yeah, I'd say you could choose each workout and it'll have a way of scoring you somehow, placing you on different leaderboards. It will do it automatically. So that's what you can do. Obviously, if you need to say who validated it, you can obviously say that it was myself. Junior's going to have it. I think Sarah's going to have it. Not sure Shelly's going to have the judge's course as well. It's annoying. It's annoying to do. And I'm pretty sure if you put the affiliate, and then if anyone does the judge's course as well, you can say that person judged you at the same time. So if anyone else wants to do the judge's course, it is a pain in the bum, but then it means that you can judge someone else's. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who's coming tonight, by the way?
I'll come along and cheer, but I'm going to do it tomorrow, I think.
You going to do tomorrow? You going to do tomorrow?
Right.
It's all fun, so don't be too serious about it. That's the biggest thing that I can tell you is it's mainly for fun, a little challenge. I think it's a really good little workout. So yeah. So who's coming tonight? Am I going to be here by myself then?
I'll dial in and I'll dial in and watch people suffer, but Dave and I are doing it later on.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, there'll be a few people. It'll be a good little bit of fun. If you can yell through the screen at the people as well. If no one's doing it, I'll get Ginny to do it for the class because I know he hasn't done it yet, so we can all yell at him. We'll do it either way, guys. So I look forward to seeing you later as well through the week. Any other questions before I go?
Just how are the teams going to work? How are they going to get divided up?
I'm going to look through it now. If you can, even on the Facebook group, is kind of comment if you're planning on going equipment free, because it will kind of scale it, I think, weirdly so. But yeah, the teams, honestly, it's just for a bit of fun. is the number one thing we can sort of see, and just basically bring people together just before the gym opens as well. And that's like the main reason why I think it's so good that so many of you are doing the open as well, because you can go on the leaderboards, you can see, you can cheer each other on. And honestly, if it's your first open, you've got something to look at, to work through as well. So really proud of everyone who signed up for it. So well done. And I look forward to seeing you on the leaderboard, and also hopefully one of the Zoom classes doing it.
I've already got a rank on the app, 254th out
Have
of
you-
94,000.
Have
I
you
might
done
just
it?
If
keep it
you'd
like
have
that.
seen it when it first opened, we were all joined first. So that's what I'm taking from all this.
So have only
First at once.
204 people
Do
done
you
it?
screenshot
Keeping
it?
it that. Keeping it there. Take a screenshot and
I could put my score in now and try and get on top of the leaderboard, but no. That can be your claim. If you get in there early, you get a really high score. Okay. People, well done. I'm going to leave you there. And then I look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank
Cool,
you.
thanks, mate.
Nick.
Okay, thank
Cheers,
you.
Nick.
everybody.
Thanks.
Bye.